What's going on, YouTube? I have not been on here in a while, so I appreciate the patience and I apologize for the delay. I've had a lot of stuff to be doing in the last couple months, so I have not had time to actually do one of these. But today seemed to be the perfect day because I got a lot of pushback for this actual achievement that I did, and everybody is so freaking salty. But everybody has excuses. They can never ever own up to their own freaking, lack of interest, and it's just mad funny. But as you can see, I hit level 50. I did do that, so I did that, and then this is going to be the other thing that I am now very proud of, which is the fact that out of the 44 people that played this game, guess who's number one? Yours truly. So for those of you that whine and complain that you cannot level up too fast, I'm going to do a short video on explaining exactly how you noobs can actually do it, and it is actually not that hard, because I did this in less than 5 days. So trust me, it is not that hard. But my fun factor is how I did it. So that's the other fun factor that I wanted to explain in this video. Now, I do apologize, this video does not have sound, but I guess that's probably a good thing. That way it saves for spoilers and stuff like that. But you'll just see the video going on in the background, which is me fighting one of the bosses in the main missions. So, and I did that when I first played the game and not when I was level 50. So I was like, yeah. But when I first played through the story, I started on Thursday morning. So I started this on Thursday morning, people. Now, for those of you who do not know how to do this, all you gotta do, if you have an Xbox Series S or X, all you gotta do is go to the location on your device and change it to the wonderful New Zealand country. And then, depending if it's a third party or not, because the first party tricks do not apply here, but for the third party tricks, it works every single game. So for those of you that want a early start on these things, you gotta change your New Zealand location at least 12 hours prior, and then your game will download early in the US. That is how you do it. And no, you cannot get banned, because as we all know, all of Xbox, all of the network is shared on one single Azure cloud. So if everything is on one server, people, that's where your fault in your design is anybody can do this trick. So the fun factor is since we're all on one server now, it don't really matter. It just depends on which area gets the actual content first, and that's what you gotta figure out on your own. So it's just like, use an Alexa, use Google, I don't care. But at the same time, if you understand the difference in time zones, you understand how to do this trick just fine. So I do not want to hear anybody whining and complaining when I do this same trick to Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty. So I do not want to hear that again. So that is actually kind of funny that the guy was whining and crying that, he's like, oh, but you started it on Thursday, bro. I didn't get it till Friday. Well, that's not my fault that you're stupid and don't understand how to do the freaking time zone trick. That's not my fault. But at the same time, we got a lot of dumb casuals in this world, so I can't really fault you. But the best way I'm going to give advice for people to level up to first level 30 and then level 50 is please do the main story as much as possible, because that gives you the most boost in XP than grinding. And to do that over again, all you got to do is just go to looking for groups on the Xbox, look for who needs help, and then boom, just join their lobby and help them through it. And that's pretty much how you do it. And it's actually not that hard. But at the same time, if you don't go looking for people that need help and you're stuck all by yourself, yeah, this is going to take forever. I do admit that is actually facts. But if you have a group of people, then the group of people will boost you, and it's called group boosting. So there you go. And all you got to do is just join the noob lobbies and just join them through the campaigns over and over again, and you will get to level 50 in no time. I promise you that. So when I first did this game, I did this on very easy, or I did this on easy, I forget. But what I did do is after I got to level 30, I did start doing it on hard, and then I leveled up way faster. So if you increase the difficulty, you increase the XP. So that's basic common sense number one. But At the same time, if you want to do drill sites with parties, you can, and that does give you a relative amount of XP, but not as much as doing the campaign missions over and over and over again. And it's basically just like rerunning the story with, a bunch of people that haven't touched it yet. And that's basically what you gotta do. But then, once you get to level 50, that's pretty much end game. You're done. So, I'm kind of happy that I actually did manage to go past a lot of my friends. And some of my friends actually had higher ranks than me, but eventually that wasn't the case anymore because I bypassed them. But I actually did help a lot of new people this week on this game, so I actually did boost at least 10 different people. So I was actually kind of proud of myself for doing that. I at least actually helped out. So, and then all I had to do was just have them do the story modes over and over again. And I'm still actually helping one of my best friends, who actually is now level, I think, 20 or 21, and he's about 50% done with the story. So we're almost done. But that's the only thing that I'm gonna be playing this game now for, is just helping other people. I'm not gonna be worried about boosting or actually worrying about actually leveling up it no more, because the level is capped. So there you go. But at the same time, it took 4 days to do it. And, I started the campaign on Thursday. I was done on Sunday night. And then for the Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all I was going to be doing was basically help boost people through the story. And that's all I was going to do. But, next up game is Ghost of Yeti, and I will be streaming that, so don't worry about that. But I will actually get Battlefield 6 and Black Ops 7, no problem. So that is going to be mad fun. So we have a bunch of games to look forward to in the next couple months, and I am quite pleased with the fact that I was able to get them all. So there you go. But for the most part, people that are casuals just don't have the time of day to commit to these games. They all worry about whether they're gonna lose their jobs, or they're gonna basically run out of food, or they have other priorities in life besides gaming. So, but the funny factor is that this guy that was whining and crying that I had more time than him, and he was like, he had 195k. Like, you have a higher gamer score than me, and yet you're the one whining and crying. Like, come the hell on, show some pride. That's just so screwed up. He's like, oh, but you have 4 days played, I only have 1. I'm like, yeah, but that's your problem, isn't it? Not mine. So there you go. But people have better lives. That's just the way of life. Some people are beneficial, some people are not. That's just how it is. But people that whine and cry that they can't, that they can't compete with the higher devoted people, just shows you how much stress, and shows you how much responsibility you're under. That's all it shows. But overall, I am happy that I am finished now, and now I just gotta wait for Ghost of Yeti in another week, which is gonna be fun. And then we got Battlefield 6 on October 10th. I cannot wait to play that. And then we got Black Ops 7. So I was like, yeah, we are gonna have a fun fall. But overall, Borderlands was a beautiful way to start off the fall, and I enjoyed it immensely. It was relatively easier than 1, 2, and 3 combined. And it was a lot faster to level up in. So I appreciate the devs, and I appreciate Gearbox. They made a fantastic game, and that is complete and utter facts. But overall, I hope everybody have a great rest of the weekend. Enjoy the video, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.